Hey, Kimmy, baby, I had a book over here in this drawer. You seen it?
You mean a little black book? Oh, honey, I cleaned out those drawers in that whole room and made a big donation to Goodwill. But don't worry, we can get you another one.
Oh, hell no. You're never going to believe what happened to me today at the Goodwill. I found a book of seed phrases, honey. I can get those hair transplants now. Oh.
Go best friend. That's my best friend. Go best friend. That's my best friend. That's my best friend. Go best friend. That's my best friend. Go best friend. That's my best friend. That's my best friend. That's my best friend.
When you trade crypto, and when the market starts to slide, labor hands drop as prices go down. Where's the hiding market Ladies and gentlemen, if you're not in crypto right now, you are missing out on one of the biggest opportunities in your life. Hit that like button, join and subscribe, and enjoy Road Dog Crypto.
YouTube scams with fake finesse they preach. High on dreams that others can't quite reach. Selling secrets for 100 bills a month. Promising gold, but giving nothing much. Pumping vids every time the market's green. Acting wise like they've seen the unseen. Bearish whispers on the blood red day. Then switch it up, pretending they're okay. Crypto charlatans leading lambs astray. Talking big but never show the way. Ego feast while viewers pay the price. Selling lies is the ultimate device. They flaunt their cars and their poolside chats. Living large off the clueless cats. Every course just another rerun show. Milking dreams so their bank accounts grow. Discord feeds with the private keys they sell. Empty promises casting trading spells. Living on the edge of someone else's hope. Tugging hearts with that dangle and roll. Crypto charlatans leading lambs astray. Talking big but never show the way. Ego feast while viewers pay the price. Selling lies is the ultimate device. Hype up the coins that no one can find. Promises of riches, but you're out of your mind. Counting all your followers like they're dollar bills. you're a guru in this crypto dance, but your financial tips don't stand a chance. Caught in the rush, you can't advance. Scamming on people, what a cruel romance. Oh, crypto clown, you're just a facade. Chasing that fame, ain't that odd? Your wisdom's plastic and your charms are fake. Even your dog don't trust the advice you make. Even your dog don't trust the advice you make.
Check, check, 1 2 1 2.
Road dog in the house and he's keeping it tight. Spitting crypto knowledge from morning to night. Got a turkey mask on, but he's showing no shame. For the Tangem wallet hustle, yeah, that's his game. Heidi, 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 ho. Heidi, 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 ho. Super chats coming in like a rain of gold. Road dog shouting out, but the story's still untold. He's your crypto guru with a twist of absurd. In this wild world, you gotta be heard. Heidi, 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 ho. Heidi, 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 ho. Buy me wallets, yeah, with every single click. Gotta keep this hustle moving, gotta do it quick. Swinging through the charts with a master's flair. Send those super chats, baby, show me that you care. Tangem wallets, gotta stockpile them high. Road dogs preaching value, yeah, you can't deny. Hit that like button, subscribe every day. Keep this crypto engine running in a major way. Turkey
Ladies and gentlemen,
in the camera light.
we just need one more person to join and then we can start the show. We're at 9. We just need one more.
Every new donation, the dream thrives. Buy me wallets, yeah, with every single click. Gotta keep this hustle moving, gotta do it quick. Swinging through the charts with a master's flair. Send those super chats, baby, show me that you care.
Oh, Joe, you missed exciting songs that we started out with. You might like those.
Funds flowing in, keeps the channel alive with every new donation. The dream thrives. Buy me wallets, yeah.
We got 10 people. We can start the show now.
Do it quick. Swinging through the charts with a master's flair.
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, puppy dogs and squirrels. Let the cats out this time. Welcome to the daytime stream of Late Night with Road Dog. Something like that. So this is the daytime version of our nighttime stream, I guess you would say. And it's the weekend, so I can do these a little bit more here and there. Make sure our microphone is on, everything's here. Say hello to everybody in the chat here hanging out with me. We got 10 beautiful people. Let's say hello to everybody. Make sure that my sound is okay. It sounds a little weird on my end, but we'll do what we can do when we can do it, right? It's all that we can do in crypto. Shout out to Duality Crypto, Ave Medina, Sin, Crafted Crypto, Julian, Mike Stevenson. Welcome to the stream, my man. It's a new name, I believe. Hey, there's Road Dog Crypto with a tax-free crypto Roth IRA idea. That's kind of. I need to check on mine and see how mine's doing. Well, I've had mine for about 3 years now, and I have not checked on it lately because I just letting it go. I need to put some more money over there. We got Tommy 2 liters. Road Dog is the Saturday. How's the weekend looking like? We'll take a look at that in just a moment, my friend. But thanks for joining. Thanks for hanging out with me. We got Joe from Trade Intuition. What's up? What's up, Joe, fellow YouTuber? All right, Joe says the sound is good to him. Let's go. All right, so here we are looking at the weekend, and the altcoins are going up a little bit. Now, if you haven't noticed, they kind of like to do this on the weekends.
Is this a trap? Sometimes in a way it is. They get you excited to start buying and buying and buying, pump it up on the weekend. Then during the week, it kind of like, oh man, altcoins suck again. They're dropping more. So is that what's going on, or is this a kind? Regardless of what's going on, if you got the dry powder, the money on the sidelines to DCA, or maybe catch some bottom areas on some of these things and buy a little bit, nibble, I think that's a good plan. But to try to just say, oh, this is the bottom's in, I'm not sure. We'll have to look at the charts and see what's going on here. But definitely things are at a good price, and they're starting to come up on the weekends. So just be wary of chasing too hard on the weekends, because they do like to play games with us. We'll look at some of the bigger time frames here on some of the indices that kind of guide our steps in here. So let's go to a daily chart and look at total 3, because this one's kind of important. Now, so far this is our box of hope. This is our box of hope zone, and so far, and then these are at some Fibonacci's, possible bottom areas from this low to that high on that move. And so we could be bouncing through here, but here's what to consider is this area over here, this range that we lost. So what we could be seeing, what could happen is they pump us, they get us excited, we come back over here. We could roll over next week. It could happen. I'm not saying it's going to. Today looks good. We got the green dot on Market Cipher. We got good things on the indicators, but I would just say be cautious. In my personal opinion, I think we are in accumulation, or a reaccumulation type deal here. But they can still take us lower in these altcoins. Let's not get it twisted. Probably the best place to look is the weekly candle. And here's what we got on it. We've got our official cross here on the weekly for total 3. Last time we had this little guy, I'm just going to let's bring it up and talk about it. What happened? We got to be aware of this, because they were playing the same tricks back then too. That's when we had the slow burn down on altcoins. I hate to say it, but it could still happen again. Price came down. It was respecting the 21 moving average, but then it finally crossed. The actual moving average just crossed over here, and then we really took a little bit of a dump. Until they crossed, we had a little hope. So we could be seeing a situation over the next few weeks. Maybe we come back up a little bit, retest, and then start working our way down in altcoins. So we just got to throw that out there. Looking at the charts, it looks to me like the best way to play it would be to take profits on the way up and have some more dry powder and just try to play the range as it goes down, if that's what we're looking at for. So are there any other clues that could spell that out? What were some clues that we had over here? Well, we had lower highs. That was one thing, and it kind of spelled out the channel that we were actually in. And here we are with lower highs. Let's see if we can make this apparent. I've got a lot going on my charts here. And trying to find the channel bottom. I mean, the best that we're getting so far is I'm taking it from this wick and it goes to that candlestick, but I mean, technically, I'm trying to look for a candle body to go with here. Could do that one. I'm not as sold on that one, but it could be playing out. And I'm going with that candle body. Let me raise this up to this candle body here, and there we lost it, right? The wick actually kind of works a little bit there. I'm going to put a dotted line. We'll come to a smaller time frame and see how this kind of fits in with the smaller time frames. All right, so wick to that candle body. I kind of like that, and we are above it. And our little box of hope. Maybe we just wick down into our box of hope, and maybe we can start recovering. But again, it's likely to, oops, we did this the wrong way. Let me come to a smaller, come to the daily. To the daily, where we got the green dot buy signal going on here on Market Cipher. What's going on the daily as far as our moving averages, which represents the momentum, is that the 21 is starting to attempt to cross the 50, and that could it could either give us a little bit more of a push down, or it can just hold us down in this area sideways and keep us from moving up. That's the way I would look at it. And what we could be doing and setting up for is over this weekend, bump us up so that when it comes into Monday, Tuesday of next week, they can roll us over and take us down again. That could be happening. Remember on the weekly, the MACD says, baby, I'm going bearish on you. I'm going full bear on you. And she's officially bearish. The MACD is officially bearish right now on the weekly for altcoins, much like it was during that dang summer. And it feels like that dang summer. And you can make an argument that this is a triple top. It may be. Some people might just see it as a double top. Read it as either way, it's a possible top reversal pattern. And however you want to read it, we're in the areas where it's confirmed. We're below the channel line. We're below the lowest valley. And the traditional view on how to play these would be that it would come up for a retest and possibly roll over. I can see where that could happen. Now, our bigger moving averages are good. They're a little, they're leveling out some, so they don't have that straight up angle that we enjoyed before when altcoins were making. We were all feeling like geniuses and probably should have took a lot more profits when our bags were about 2 or 2.5 times the value that they are now, because we've had quite the bit of the comeback. But ultimately, what I can see, what I'm looking for happening here, because we do have these Fibonacci areas right here. We also have the lower area we could be looking at. But ideally, what I'm looking for is just a kind of a rounding. That would be awesome. That would actually be a nicer sign of strength here, a rounding curving type bottom on these levels for total 3. And I kind of like that. Now, I also like to look at others, because that represents the majority of our altcoins for real. This is the others chart. She is officially losing her 100 moving average right there. Let me get rid of some of these little trend lines from smaller time frames there. And we got her painted into this channel already, looking at that downward channel. And yeah, well, they bounced off the edges of the channel, and it kind of puts us down here to where these suckers can start falling. This would include a lot of the lower cap altcoins and things that we're looking at right now. So we got that idea, and notice here on the daily that the 200 moving average is beneath the 360. That puts us in danger of actually coming down here back to these areas where we got wicked to. It really does, down to the 600, 800 moving average. Not saying we got to, but we could. It's on the radar for a lot of the altcoins taking a hit over the next week or so. Maybe we get a little relief rally, but we'd have to keep in mind what happens during a relief rally is that we forget that it's a relief rally, and we think, oh, we're going to the moon again, let's stock up, and then they roll over on us and like, oh crap, I'm right back where I started from. Damn, unless, how did that happen? Because we're not looking at the real possibilities of how this stuff normally plays out. We could be doing that. So I really hoping February would be an up month, and maybe it still will be. But there's just some whale games going on right now. They're playing with us, and they're doing a really good job of flushing people out of the market, even better than they did back here when we went through all this crap before. Came down and talked to the 800, 600 and all that, broke trend lines, did all that, scared everybody out, flushed a lot of people out, liquidated a lot of people through there, and look, we're coming back to these areas. I'm not calling us sucks just a little bit. We got some hope. We got a little bit of hope and we can look for and trend lines to catch us. So I don't want to dismiss that. Let's see if we can make this a little bit more apparent. Drawing trend lines from candle bodies over here on the daily chart. So we'll paint this little guy green. And hopefully she can act as support, so that would cushion our blow if we want to come down a little bit more. And Fibonacci wise, that would be about 786 or 886 retracement area right here. So that would be kind of cool. That'd be a cool idea. Even if we come up and come down here, or just come down here and then come up, I don't know how it's going to play. It looks like she wants to come down here. I'll take a look at others dominance, and that might be a little enlightening for us. Now this was the others market cap. The others dominance tells us how strongly or weakly the interest for these smaller cap altcoins are, or most of the altcoins, total market cap excluding the top 10. And we lost a major line there. I'm going to zoom out on the weekly. And I don't have very much wiggle room other than taking it down to the wicks there. And that will open up a lot of the angle, but we're missing a lot of the touches that we confirmed there. I mean, yeah, so that wick was pretty much the bottom. We can't see anything lower from this, really cannot. I'm going to remove all that other stuff and I want to redraw them by. I want to use the ray trick over here so that I'm not skewing it in any way. I'll drop you right there, and then I'm going to drop you right there on that candle body, lock you in, and that should be our accurate trend line. And ooh, dang, caught it on the wicks, lost it here, and that's scary. So the only thing we can hope for is a bear trap, and I'll go for that idea. I'll go for a bear trap idea that we can turn around and fake everybody out, because 200 moving average is way up here above the 360. I think that's good. No bears crossed yet on the 50. This is on the weekly time frame, so it's a little risky to look for it, but I've got hope for a possible bear trap. That doesn't mean that we can't come down further. We'll use our Fibonacci's to kind of help us out. Right now we had a double bottom right here. Now that's where we've tapped so far. Just tested the low that we had back in Monday. Oh my God. We tested the June low of 20 what? Of 2023. All the gains in the past year and a half have been officially given back here. Now that would be an excellent place. I'm on the weekly, remember. If we want to do a bear trap here, that would be an excellent way to do it. That would be a double bottom scenario. So we might possibly have a nice double bottom scenario that would take us back up nicely, giving us from where we are now gains of about 64% on our altcoins. That would be nice. It'll take a little fight to do that, but we could be seeing that scenario play out. I hope that's the case, because the other would be us, the dominance, starting to come back down here to these areas, and that would be losing this trend line for good. We gave it all the wiggle room that we could afford to give it, and she's still under it. So the best scenario that we can hope for is a bear trap scenario where they're just trying to really mess with their heads on all these small cap altcoins, pop back in and then start shooting them to the moon. Sounds a little crazy. It does sound a little crazy. I understand that. But when you do zoom out and see what kind of pattern that we are in, and it looks like a moon boy pattern, I know, but I'm going to go ahead and draw it out with the ray. Candle body. Candle body seems to give us a few little guidelines to go with. And that opens up a nice world of possibilities of either coming back up to this area slowly. That would give us 119% gains, meaning you can double whatever you're buying into now, or go higher, maybe up to 200%. 3x on the altcoins, woo! If we can get a little fake out, we've got a chance, and I'm going to make a note of it right here. Let's put a little note right here. Possible double bottom at support. So we got that for the total market cap, maybe on the weekly. Let's come down to the daily and see if we're finding any signs of support. Here we got our bigger moving averages all tied up, and now they're doing a flip flop. But we got Lucy, that's the 600 crossing the 800, but the 360, well, they're trading off. So it can be a level we can come back up to and test. 800 above the 200, that can help us pull back up. So I'm seeing some possibilities, some signs of a possible bear trap idea going on. We connect these little dots right here, and then that gives us a line of support that we seem to be respecting. So I think it's kind of interesting to see what's going on, but to say, oh, this is the bottom, I'm going heavy. Yeah, we don't have it. I like the setups that we got. We got that little stiletto heel type thing, which could just be making an Adam and Eve type bottom. That was the scenario that we're hoping for. And wow, look here on the 4 hour, we're trying to gain above the 9 moving average. That's cool. We got it a couple of times before, but then she gave up on it. You technically need to get up above here and clear that. And even clear this red line right here to really feel more bullish, but you are onto something right now. Technically, we do have a confirmed breakout of this trend line right here, so I find that interesting. So it does look like we will get a little pumpy pump out of some of these altcoins, and that'll be needed. The question is, how much will they pump, and are they in danger of rolling over? And I've got to say, well, yeah, they are. Don't forget where we came from, darling. Don't forget where we come from. Right there's our resistance right there. Can we get past that? And that's the question. That would be the safer area right there. Right now we just switched. We just went down a level in a channel. That's basically what's happened right here. We just lost a level. We need to gain that level back. If we do, that could be a nice move. But remember, we're kind of in a range here. Let's get that range tool. I'm on the 4 hour. And this is a pretty cool little tool. What you've got going on? According to it now, and it's just pretty dang accurate. Same situation, yeah, coming back up into this channel. Okay. Now, if I were to fib that out, I think you'd have an appropriate Fibonacci level. Getting above the 618 Fibonacci, yeah, that goes with our Fibonacci strategy rules. If we can get above that 618, we do have a much better chance of holding and not coming lower. Actually, the 0.5 is a good measure of that too. Get above the 0.5, we got a good chance, but to get above the 618, you got an even better chance of it holding. So that's the hopeful scenarios, and we got a nice setup where that can happen. So, but my caution would be what's going to happen during the week. So for the degens out there wanting to just take a few little risky plays right here and playing with the bottoms, I like to play with the bottoms. The bottoms are fun to play with. We like bottoms around here. They're fun, and they're profitable in most cases if they stick anyway, right? But making up to 20% gains over the next few days could be in order here. I wouldn't be sold on the idea that it's going to stick and keep going up, though. I would be trying to get paid a little bit, make it profitable on the way. This could be a nice little trading weekend for the degens as they whipsaw us, but the whales are at play this weekend, and they are trying to flush us out. In my personal opinion, it's the juicy little setup where they want to get all the newbies buying. Oh, look, it's bottomed out. We made it up. Let's go hard. And then that's cool for right now, but the newbies won't want to sell. They'll want to hang on during the week. And then if they roll us over during the week and take us to a new low or just back to the old lows just to play us. Oh, isn't that going to make a lot of people want to quit crypto one more time? I mean, already they're wanting to, but we get the weekend hopium, right? There in the middle, this is an elongated flush out, in my personal opinion. But we got to be cautious because at one point it won't be a flush out anymore. At one point it will be. See ya, suckers. We're going to start pumping you now. DCA is a way to avoid getting caught up on all of that. Just little by littles here, little by littles here. And the biggest scheme of things here on the 4 hour, we got this nice big channel idea. Very nice, very nice. And this is what we're looking at on the bigger tail. And we did make a lower low after we made a higher high over here, but yet not higher than this over here. She's got her work to do. Looking for the bear trap idea. When we're in a channel, what you can normally see and what I would probably expect to play out is a partial decline. Now we've already started that. We could come up, roll over, come back, make this work on our partial decline, whatever we do, and then break out of the channel. That's kind of what I'm seeing. And so that takes us into this month of February, them probably playing with us a little bit. So that's my take on the market. We hadn't even looked at Bitcoin. What's Bitcoin doing right now? Let's take a look at the daily on Bitcoin. Bitcoin had a little bit of a dip over the night. I think we went back to 95 something. Still, not going any lower than what we did before, 95.6 in that area. This is us on the daily. And I'm looking for signs. Where's our 9 moving average? 9 is below the 21 and closing in on the 50. That looks kind of interesting. I don't see that it's going to not cross. And that could spell a little move lower. It could. Let's check out our indicators here. We do have lower, the price is falling and so is volume. And that means that the push downward is getting weak. So we've got that on our favor. Yeah, so the move to the downside is starting to show weakness. And you can also see it here on the momentum wave. It's starting to curve around. It doesn't have that straight downwardness. You see how the little lighter blue sections are starting to squeeze together in there. Yeah, so they're running out of steam. Stochastics are buried at the bottom on the daily. We talked about that. Now price can still continue down when they're buried there, but when they start pumping up, that's when we start putting the fire to the gasoline, and we get a little bit more of a stronger move on the upside. Not happened quite yet on this particular time frame, but we got a nice setup for it to happen. Again, that could be a bearish retest of 99, 100,000, and then another rollover during the week. We don't know just yet. Back up on that, there was this idea that we got. It doesn't look as strong here on the daily, but there is that channel idea that we're coming down for a retest area, so that could be support. And then also with the range tool, it's got us with some strong support around 93,000. I think we could see 93 over the next week, possibly, maybe, especially what I'm seeing here on some of these smaller time frames. 95.5 definitely could be revisited again. I can see that. 93 on this one, on the 8 hour. It doesn't look like it's got the strength to get there just yet. And then here on the 4 hour, this is where we're looking kind of positive. So they are trying to drive us up a little bit here this weekend, get us excited again, like they did last weekend and the other weekends, get us excited before they, oh my God, why am I in crypto during the week? That's when it happens, right? When the news comes out and the market maker's got something to play with. And I just get sick of keeping up with the news. Here on the 4 hour, we got the green dot saying, let's rock and roll on Market Cipher, and MACD's about ready to flip. So it's going to be today's going to be a pretty decent day for trading, I believe, trying to get some higher areas. I don't know if we'll get too much further. Well, maybe we can start tracking toward 99. 98.5 really looks like a more consistent area. I'm going to put this guy here. You can see that we candle bodies, and now we flipped this diagonal for support. I'm going to make this line green because it's a positive feeling. We got the positive vibes going on for upside. And safely, well, we can do a measure move. Your best targets really, I think, would be I'm going to try to go for that 618 there, right on 100,600. I would say we'll find a lot of resistance here at 98.8. There just probably will. I think she can get up past it, though, what I'm seeing. So short-term trading for this weekend. You guys wanting to do some day trading or some mild swing trading, something like that. There's some good, decent targets there. I don't know that we'd make it to 103, but let's go ahead and put her on the radar anyway. That would be nice. And then again, the range tools also got some interesting areas there too. Let me get this the crazy Fibonacci off of here. All right, I'm going to take this little abandoned trend line right here, the bottoms, and I'm going to put it right here, and we got a candle body and a candle body nice above it, so it looks like that can also hold. Paint you green for support, darling. Just like CoinTrendz does. My homegirl from Nashville. So a breakout there, and this can lead us possible to a channel idea, and that does put it on the radar. It puts us on the playing field for 103. Actually, a little bit above that, probably maybe 104, just depending on if we can do it. That's cool. That's also at the top of this trading range. The blue lines here from the volume, the range tool. And the range tool, the point of control is right here, just right above our 618 fib, that little dotted yellow line. So we'll get some confluence here. 97 could be hit, and then we'll start working this way up to 102 by that. We got a few little target areas here that could be some take profit areas. I don't necessarily say, hey, sell my whole bags there. But that could give you some gains if you're trying to trade this on futures, because 2.5% gains at 10x is 25% gains. 4.25% gains at 10x is 42% gains, and that's just kind of what we look at. Double that for 20x, those ideas. So it looks like we have a nice little interesting weekend. Again, we got the Atom Dingle Dangle. And my bigger thesis is that we're trying to slowly fill out an Eve type pattern. So whether she starts going straight up or she just goes up, rolls over, comes down here, and we just kind of range out. That's why that 98,009 area right through there could be a nice little take profit area in case we can't do that and we start flushing this idea out here. So that's my overall thesis. I do think that we need to make a bottom pattern, and the Adam and Eve is kind of the norm. Bitcoin does this one a lot, and the altcoins will follow suit doing this type of pattern. And it could be a slow ups and downs, choppy chop until we get up here above 102, 103,000. That's my take on the market. Well, we got 90 people hanging out with me. Let's go see what you guys are talking about. Let me put up my little request. We can take a look at some altcoins now if you like, and let me put my marker up. Requesty, and it's working tonight, so that's kind of cool. So if you got some altcoins you want me to take a look at so that I will not miss them, I ask that you start entering them now, and then in a few minutes when we come back, we'll take a look. Sergio Angel says, all I care about is Bitcoin dominance if it's about to tank, and we'll take a look at Bitcoin dominance right now. We hope that the altcoins need it to tank, but it's showing signs like she's ready to go. She's at resistance now, so within a channel, we could look at this as a bear trap idea. And the fact that these candles are rising up, and that's technically bearish. Unless she kicks ass and really starts breaking out of this bigger channel that we're in, and then we're in trouble for altcoins. But Bitcoin's going to do very well if that happens. And this has been something I've been talking about for the past few years, man. I mean, getting up to 60%, 61% Bitcoin dominance is the original thesis that most of us analysts had, that we could, get up there and get rejected. But the thing was, we went up there, and the indicators are looking very bullish, like they're saying, screw that, man, I'm ready to rock your world. And now we're on a secondary channel, and we've been on it for a while. If she breaks out bullish, we go up to 73. Altcoins are going to feel the pain. They'll go up a little bit, but Bitcoin's going to outperform them. We'll be looking at altcoins like, what the hell? And that could be the scenario where we could have, that altcoin summer we had last year, and they get kind of sucky. That's where that scenario could come in, and we go through that while Bitcoin just rages. Remember, back in the summer of 2023, starting around April and May, Bitcoin dominance was going sideways all through that. And then it started going up, and then we got our big July dump here as it started going up. August 5th, it took a big spike up. That's when we dumped. And here we are. We had a little mini rally, and that's what I called it, altcoin rally. Other people were calling it altcoin season, and I couldn't do that. I was not convinced. And I said we should treat it like a rally, and we would have been better off if we had. And now we've given up all them gains. Bitcoin dominance is the chart to watch when you're wanting to look for your altcoins and their performance. And here, I got to say, on the weekly, what's happening here? When the bullet, if I was playing this on anything else, I'm like, oh, this thing is getting ready to rip. 9 crossing that 21. Now we can come back down and get a little rally from altcoins. That's what we hope for. But she tests this, then decides to move up. It's going to rip, in my personal opinion, or we're in danger of it ripping. So any pullbacks that we get with Bitcoin dominance, it's not altcoin season. It's an altcoin rally, letting you take advantage of it and setting yourself up for possibly some more downside or better opportunities to get them cheaper. They may continue to go cheaper. So I would love to see us get rejected here and come down, even just a little bit, but I would expect us to bounce and find a higher low. That's what we're doing. We're making higher highs and higher lows now. Bumped out this high over here, so we've clearly said, oh, no, we're still in an uptrend for Bitcoin dominance. It's not rolling over. If it wants to change its mind, but she's got a lot of convincing to do, because the momentum here on these bigger moving averages is saying, baby, we just got the bullish cross right here. So the buy signal was right here. The technical buy signal, or the one that says, I'm getting ready to rock your world. Oh, that happened back in late January. 50 crossing the 200. So this is the chart, in my personal opinion, to watch to help you guide your altcoin. This and Total 3, put them together, they reflect each other very well. And remember, Total 3, even though we got the bullish green dot here on the daily, on the weekly, she's saying, I'm getting ready to pull a number on your ass. Come on, go hard on altcoins and see what I do. Go hard on these altcoins and see what I do. Go hard on leverage and see what I do. The smart play would be DCA with dry powder, because they're going to get cheaper. It looks like they're going to get cheaper. They tried to play us. We've not yet got our 50 crossing the 200, and keep in mind that when that happens, about 2 out of 3 times, this is Road Dog statistics, not anybody else's statistics, but from what I've noticed with this strategy, this is my strategy, this is my moving average trade, the way that I interpret it and work it. Sometimes, about 2 out of 3 times when that happens, you can get a drop. It's like price action wants to come back and test that 100 sometimes to make sure that it's safe. So we got those ideas too. And like I said, it's not 100% of the time. It's not even half of the time. It's more like a third of the time that we can see that. And I'm trying to think of, here's one where price dipped down. Sometimes you see the opposite thing happen with the 100 and the 200 when they cross, okay? And that made a spike up. You would expect it to be bearish, right? But it wasn't. Same thing can happen when we spike to the upside on it. And I wish I had some better examples. Maybe on the daily we can see some examples of when the 100 pulls this little shenanigan. I see that with the bigger moving averages a lot of times sometimes. Here was one. Here we crossed bullishly. And it looked cool. It looked cool. That looked cool. It looked cool for almost a week until we had to test it and then we lost it. So that's one variation. Not really the biggest idea I want to see. Here's one where we crossed bullish. And on this time frame, it actually kind of worked out all right. Everything else was showing some good signs too. Don't want to go too far back on this. See if we can find some instances on here. Here's one. Here's a good one. An interesting one. Now we started dropping and it crossed bullishly. And it should be a good sign. It took it a few days before we got an effect from that. Here it crossed up, it crossed back down. Here's where it crossed down into it, and there's actually a bullish move that came from it. So when you get that, sometimes you get some opposite price action with the 100 and 200. So that's something to keep in mind. You get some little surprises there. So you can't use that as a solid buy signal, sell signal. It's like hey man, see if there's a get better deal that comes by soon. It's kind of how you have to approach that. Let's see if we can take one more look over here and see some action. It crossed negatively right. It finally crossed. It was riding the tops of it. Looking like it's wanting to cross, but it didn't. We were taking it as a bullish sign, but the whole time it was coming down. And then finally crossed here, and we're just leveling out. It's delayed, in other words. Looks a little delayed. But I could see us coming back up to test those areas, and so that could be a little gain. That could be a little gain there. But that would also be one of the rollover points, right? Because this is the area that we lost. So we could roll over to here, or maybe even come all the way up here and still get a rejection. Now that would be a more bullish scenario there. I would like that. We get back to 1 trillion. Go for it. Pump us, pump us, pump us. But I'll be taking profits on the way up. And the 1 hour for total 3, also that Adam and Eve type rounding bottoms, kind of what I'm looking for here. All right, guys, let's come over here and let's see what we got going on in the chat. Evan Bendina says, astrologically, it looks kind of ugly for the next couple of months. I can probably see that. I feel we may get a pop in February, maybe after the 24th. March looks tough. March should be a tough one, because that's when a lot of people are going to say, oh crap, I gotta sell so I can pay this huge tax bill or whatever. So we can see that happen in March, in late February, and even March. I think it's going to be pumpy or choppy chop. Especially since the MACD crossing bearish on the weekly for altcoins, total 3 and all that. At best, choppy chop, in my personal opinion, with maybe a slow burn down. It looks very similar to what we saw in the altcoin slaughter of the summer. But they've already done most of the damage, I believe. A lot of people are really just burning on altcoins. Jungle Boy 420, what's up, my man? How's it going? Looks like you need a little hopium. Woo! All in, no stop loss. Okay. Sergio Angel says, what cheap altcoins did you pick up on the massacre? I just nibbled a little, why did I lie? One that I think is at a really good level to start getting into. And for those of you guys not really, experienced in the market and everything like that, or playing it and trading, and your trading skills are up to DCA is your best friend. This would be a great one to DCA in. Let me go to the 1 hour. She broke some levels. She's on some deep ass retracements. This is Arkham Intelligence, and she got up to $4 there. This one has a use case. Arkham Intelligence is that Snoopy AI play that follows all the wallets. It's an on-chain analysis thing with AI, and it's got a big name and a use case. So I like this one as a play. Let me clear out the charts. And she's got the daily green dot right now. That's kind of cool. If we come on the weekly, look at this one for the MACD. Now, she already crossed a long time ago. She crossed a long time. She's not in danger of crossing on the MACD. She crossed a long time ago. She's ready to start looking for some upside. These are the kind of coins that I want to keep my eye on during this market. The ones that have already crossed and have kind of played out on the MACD, on the weekly, those should be some, and if they got a good use case, those are probably the ones that are going to recover the quickest, in my personal opinion. So come down to the 3-day on the MACD, and look, as price is coming down, this histogram is starting to lean up a little bit, while the moving averages, this represents moving averages. That's why I like the MACD. It's a little slow to the party, but she brings the good stuff when she shows up. So we like MACD when she starts turning around our way. Not a sign of her, officially turning up, but we got the divergence. That's a clue. And then here on the daily, histogram is starting to lighten up, and we're starting to see some curvature here. A higher, a retest of the same area right here. Maybe a smidgen lower, but a possible double bottom scenario here on our MACD as Arkham price. Ooh, she's at a sweet 70 cents. Can we pull some fib magic? Can we pull some ideas here? I think we could. I like this one. All right, 3 days suggests maybe can you get cheaper? Can you for real? I don't see it happening. I really don't. But you know, what do I know? I'm going to go from the low here to the high. We're at the 886 for the whole big move, not counting this one over here. We'll look at that in just a second, but I'm going from the bottom here where she started going up on her impulse move, and we just smashed that 886 deep ass retracement. Typically make very, very good bottoms. If there is a bounce from there, it has a really good chance of coming back and coming back to 250, 260. And from where we are now, very far away from our 9 moving average, which is at 111. I know that's subjective, and we could probably, do we have it? I think I do. I did. Okay, let me turn this 3 moving average on. Are you on? I got you. It says I got you on. Oh, I know. 3 moving average is what color? Brown? Okay, that's too much. Let's try the 05. It's gray. So I'm not seeing signs that she's ready to flip just yet, either the 3 or the 5. Might you be coming all the way down here? All right, let's pull another little trick here. She made a lower high from here, so she can make her lower low. If she wants, she's above the low that she had last week. But if she wants to go down lower, 49 cents could be on the radar. I can't see it going down to 20. I can't see it doing 21. I can't see it happening, but we're going to put it on there. And that's if something really, really bearish happens here. But to me, I think she, like a lot of these altcoins, I'm looking for bear trap ideas. This is the main trend line here. And if nothing else, we could come back up here to what, $1? Roll over, maybe do it. I mean, it may make a bear trap there. It may come down and make a double bottom in these areas and then try to bear trap. Those are scenarios that I'm looking for. Some other ideas that we can look at. We go from wick to candle bodies, and you see that we're at an area where it could hold. That's a weaker idea, but it can still work. Let me tighten up wick to candle body right there. And then that also catches this other wick. So we got that idea. And it also caught this wick. That seems to be the trend line that is holding for us at the moment. So we'll follow that one. There are others that can take us deeper, but so far that one seems to be holding. So I kind of like that idea. And then we have horizontal support ideas over here. Also the horizontal support. Now our Fibonacci here, that 113. Is also the bottom that we had over here, and that would be a full retracement almost of our bottom here, just a little higher. I like this one. It's definitely one that's worth DCAing into, if nothing else, because she can come all the way back up. And let's say she gets down to 50 cents and she comes all the way back up. Well, there's your 600 and almost 700% gains. That's like an 8x right there. She's in this big ass ball and wedgie that's very shallow, and Thomas Bukowski likes those, and buying anywhere along the bottoms is how I like to play them. Doesn't mean that you have to play them. You can wait for confirmations, or best thing would be to wait for it to get back up above $1 and then get in if you want a safer ride. But my ride in crypto has always been turbulent. So when she goes to the bottoms, I like to try to throw something in, and when she goes to the tops, sometimes I remember to give it, take some profits there and make it work out. That's the overall game plan, anyway. She gets to be a bumpy ride. So that's one I like. let's come in and see what we got here. Oh, we got a request here, super chat from Avi Medina. Thank you very much, my man. I appreciate that. Super chats do get immediate attention here. Let's go check out Peppy. Any hope? Give me the cold truth, Dougie. I was looking at Peppy earlier today. I actually took a little nibble, a small nibble on the price action today. All right, so let's... Don't know that these guys are still solid, so we're going to take those guys off right now and see what we got. We broke a trend line. 200 moving average. I see that we're on the 3-day, and I see a 200 moving average coming here at what? We're at a bunch of zeros. It's a decimal, 5 zeros, and we're at 9.5. That's pretty cheap for you. Pretty cheap for you. I see my angle is, you see this? That's pissing me off. On this bigger time frame, my angle's not holding up. So let me correct you. Maybe it corrected us. Okay, it's still, that's when you come. What I found that when you draw your time frame, draw your trend lines, and it will change when you change time frames, right? But the best thing that I've seen to correct it, if you just go back to your initial and make it line up with the candle bodies, everything else seems to just line up. Well, now I say that we got a wick, but maybe I do need to adjust a little bit. Okay, adjust a little bit. But that's my most solid trend line, candle body to these candle bodies. Ideally, I mean, really, we had this one. And that started showing the first signs of weakness, saying next time we come back, we might be busting through. And that's usually how it works. That's how I interpret it. You start showing the first sign of weaknesses with any solid trend line you got. And it can spell a little disappointment if we come back and test those areas. So we did not make a lower low here. We did not make a lower low. That's good. I want to take this idea off right now. Trend line will go back because I'm a trend line kind of guy. Just to show us where we're going to have our resistance. Now the measure move from this would scare the bejesus out of you. Lucky thing that it doesn't play out that way. Here's another idea that I like using trend lines, and that means that if we're looking at this as, I don't know, a channel, symmetrical triangle, or any kind of other pattern there, that we can find some support over here. So I like that. We may have already found it. I'm on a bigger chart, just trying to get my ideas straight. This is what helps me be as accurate as I am. Not that I am the most accurate, or not even claiming to be, but my degree of accuracy reflects on the time that I spend going over this, instead of just saying, well, it looks like a flag to the upside. And so I can get some better results than taking that approach, I believe. 886 retracement from here. That's good. Nice bottom area. I can definitely see it horizontally and everything else. So you want to look at horizontal supports, just eyeballing it. You got this idea here. And that's basically where we are. We just came back and tested this main area of support. I bet we put our little range tool out. It'd have something kind of interesting here too, wouldn't it? Same point of control that we bounced off of and should be coming back up here, which is where our 9 moving average is. So my strategy there, also in line, saying we can get back up there for what percent gains? Come up and retest that area. That's 50% gains. You can't bitch about that. If that idea holds true, then that means we get back above this trend line, and that means it could be a nicer move back up here. So I like that. I think we are seeing the possibility of some bear trap scenarios for a lot of these altcoins, and we just be patient with them and not get too greedy trying to get in too much too soon on any kind of leverage. And if you're spot, you don't have those worries, and it's probably the smartest way to play altcoins for real. It usually proves out to be the smartest way to play it every cycle for real, because leverage has a way of making you do stupid stuff, or forcing you. Sometimes it forces you to do things that you don't want to do. You may have to take profits or de-risk at areas that, oh man, I was really hoping I could work through this part. So you got those ideas, and that's what the leverage traders struggle with. Here we are with our little pattern right here. We're seeing this a lot right now. This little guy. Where you at? We got the old lampshade. Well, a little stiletto heel problem here, and I think we actually got a breakout on it, don't we? Oh, No, working on it. Just trying to poke her toes out of that stiletto heel right here. It's just you could look at it as a descending triangle, or you could look at it as a possible Adam and Eve forming out early, what they look like when they first start forming here, and we could do all this stuff. But I affectionately put it on the lampshade things, because this is what it looks like when you first start seeing it before it develops, right? These are some things to help you see things before they start playing out and are forming a possible pattern. We're looking for a possible Adam and Eve double bottom here. And with the way I try to get it to stick in your head is I throw up a silly little graphic that kind of shows it in its early stages there, so you know it looked like ahead time. This is a nice setup. This, if it does what I would hope that it would do with a rounding type bottom, you start getting something on the lines of one of these megaphone patterns playing, where we start coming down to a bottom area that starts getting lower lows and higher highs. We start getting that. That's what a megaphone pattern is. It's just higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, and they're fun as hell. That's an uptrend, baby. That's what a megaphone pattern is. I draw them a lot, and I think some people, I remember I'd look at them like, that pattern's not gonna play out. Who plays that pattern? Nobody. All the cool kids aren't playing that pattern. Well, that pattern works, especially on the bottoms. It's the best place to play it. And it's all part of a bigger pattern, and it looks like the bigger one could be an Adam and Eve. We're seeing this on a lot of things. So Peppy, I think, looking good. She's looking like she's trying to get a breakout. Let's go to the smaller time frame. Not yet confirmed. Well, it's trying to confirm, isn't it? Well, we got to redraw our trend lines over here. 1 hour, take you up there. Make sure we get a nice little touch there. Top of that trend line, and yeah, she's got a candle that confirmed here on the 1 hour, but we didn't chart it on. We didn't get this idea on the 1 hour. We got it on the 4 hour. Best to wait till we get a confirmation candle over there, because she could easily roll over and fake us out. 21 is not across the 50. That I would at least wait for that. Now you're above my signal came a long time, right back here at this breakout. My signal came over here. We were above the 9-moving average and had a breakout. So by my rules, if I were paying attention to this, and I think I did have some orders in down here too, right down here, that's my DJ would be cool getting in here. Some people would not, and that's fine. Some people are going to wait till it clears this area to think about getting in and retest it. Some people are going to wait till it gets over here and gets past this area, and that's fine. That's more of a conservative, traditional way to look at it. I'm just a little bit of a degen and a little bit of a knife catcher, and I admit that. Don't expect anybody to do anything the way that I do. But I got that way from learning how to trade breakouts. And when you get into a point in this market where they want your money and they want the best deals, when you try to trade breakout, they're going to come back in, stop you out, and then rock the price. That's when you know that when you see a lot of that going on, a lot of stop outs on the breakouts, that's when you know they're getting ready to set up to do something. Because they're wanting it. They're wanting to stop you out. They're wanting to knock you out of the picture. And that's when the market makers are up to something, playing games, and like, you get stopped out and you see it do that, it's probably a good one to do. That might be worth chasing just a little bit. And then look for it to, make a higher low, and then try to concentrate on the higher lows after they fake you out. Always trying to do that. That's a good little strategy to try to do when they do that kind of thing. But a lot of people get pissed off. They get so tired. I'm playing the breakouts. I'm pattern trading, and I keep getting stopped out. And you will a lot, especially when they really want you. When they're trying to play their games with you, and you get frustrated with that. Well, eventually you just say, well, screw that. I'm not buying the breakouts and buying those. That's like buying the tops. I'm going to start buying the bottom of the damn trend line. Well, that's where I got in. Or that's what I started to do. I started looking at the bottom areas and using my fibs to try to get those bottom pivots and trying to get in, or getting in early at situations like this rather than waiting up here to get in. And that way, when we do something up here, I'm just adding to my position because I already got it established. That's how I look at it. And that doesn't mean that you have to look at it, but that's just kind of how my style was developed over these years of getting my ass handed to me trying to buy breakouts. it's easier for my bags if they fake us out and okay, well, I've already got a bag with a better entry that I would try to get through here or a retest area through here. Just my thoughts. Doesn't have to be your thoughts though. It's all to Jenny, but hopefully Peppy, she's trying to work on something here. She may come up or just roll over here and ride this down a little bit, and that's cool too. I mean, it sucks when it happens. It's a weak ass breakout for real, but if you play it right, it can go in your favor. If you don't put all your money in on the first go. So for shorter term entries, I mean, I would look for the possibility. 50 moving average is down here, so we could roll over, come back down and touch these areas, and that would be some good places to add to your bag at 92.2 and 93.9 versus 95.9. It doesn't seem like much when you're looking at that. That's 2 to 4% cheaper. Now from where we are now, let's say our target's up here. Let's say that. Let's say our target's up here at 1075. Getting in now, you might make 12% gains. If you had the opportunity to get down here, you'd be making 16% gains. It don't seem like too much at the time, but if we get up to the higher targets, well then, that's where the multipliers come in, 29%. Versus about 23-24%. I don't know. Just ways to think about it. Just ways to approach it there. All right, let's go over here and let's make a list of altcoins. Where's my marker? Here we are. Board PC guy says, "Yep, I'm buying at 93 to 94." Me too. If we can get down there, if we do, that will help me out a lot on my Bitcoin bags if we can get down there. But I'll take what I can get before there. I'm really starting to focus a lot more on Bitcoin, even with my smart margin. Because I do believe it's going to outperform their altcoins for most of the season. War PC guy says 77K ain't happening. It doesn't look. I mean, there was one analyst that used some methods that, more sophisticated than me and kind of goes out there, but that follows WD Gann, and I respect WD Gann. I don't know how well that he does his WD Gann stuff, but he did have a scenario where we could go to 77. But the window, because Gann puts time with price, right? If you study Gann, his basic principle, he figured out how to square price and time, so he could actually put price with time. So it didn't do it. It went to the opposite of what the guy was explaining. He finally did another video. But anyway, I'm watching and kind of, putting it on the back burner. I'm not just going to jump out there and say, well, he said it's going to do it. You don't do that for anybody, even if you really, really, really respect their TA and ideas behind it. You just don't go 100% behind anybody, because it's still just somebody on YouTube. And they ain't spending your money, baby. You think you take care of your own money. You see if you got confluence with what your ideas are, and then maybe you can figure out something. Second opinions, that's all we're here for. Should never be your first opinion. No YouTuber on an analyst or anything should never be your first opinion. Ever, ever, ever. If anything, the ones that are on here, the ones of us coming at this, approaching this right, we're just trying to give you our second opinion. We're just telling you honestly what we see on the charts, giving you our opinions. And you can take that and say, well, I think your opinion sucks. I don't like it. I see something else. And that's fine. I ain't going to bitch about it. I ain't going to throw somebody out of my chat room because you don't agree with what I say. I'm not doing this for you to agree with what I say. I'm just showing you my opinion, what it sees, and I'm showing you what I do, or what I would do in that situation, what I honestly think about it in the situation. And that's all I ever want this channel to be. I'm not trying to be the know-it-all guru or anything like that. Let's get our list going here. But yeah, every time Bitcoin comes down, you go back to 83, baby, I'll be buying. It's never made it below 89, right, so far. We started being bought up happy. Come down there, I'll buy you. I'm ready for you. I'm ready for you. Let's see, Zerebro. Yeah, boy, I lost some money on Zerebro. Let's have a moment of transparency here, okay? With our ideas. Okay, so here's what. This is the account that I got set up for the stream, and actually, I'm still in a profitable trade here. Ooh, I can set my stop loss up now. Oh, I missed a chance to add to that. You did. Oh, you didn't get me. Okay, I'll just raise my order up here. I'm gonna put it above the. We got the 921.50 there, so that will probably be retested again. I'm gonna put you right there. Just add to my bags. I have not raised leverage yet. Will not. This could be a double top scenario where she could come down lower and confirm a double top idea, an M pattern if you want. I'm sure there will be a lot of people saying, cup and handle to the upside. Yeah, calling this a cup, but this is pointy, and that breaks the rule of a cup and handle right there. What you have here is a higher high and higher low. That's what you got. That's the basics that you should be looking for. That's all we need to know. We don't need to call it a name other than higher high, higher low. That's your basic pattern that you're always looking for. That's the best pattern ever, is higher highs and higher lows. You can't beat that pattern. That's the best pattern ever. Higher high, higher low. Don't need to make a fancy name for it. Call it a special name to make you feel better or look like you're important or can see something nobody else can see. Higher high, higher low. Higher than this low. We're good. And if you can find that, if there is a pattern, the number one pattern you need to be looking for is the channel, because that's what price travels in. And it says we can be heading to 97,000. Praise be to the Lord Jesus. Oh, yes. Thank you. Not only that, we can interpret it with Fibonacci. See, we got a nice 382 bounce. Baby, you ready for something? You ready for a bullish scenario? $97,400. And now we're going to come over here and adjust our take profit. 97,388. Oh, that's, yeah, I'm front running my idea just a little bit. That gives me a whole $7. We've got this is a $70 trade. Maybe if we get lucky and it comes down and picks up my order here, we might have something. Might get her a little more in there. I want to raise her up just a hair right at that 9. I'm on the 5-minute time frame here too, so. And if we break this channel, well, we can go on to get stopped out. Now I could raise it, but I'm not going to right now. I'll get tired of getting stopped out too. Our account, we were at 552. Now we're at 542. I had some. Where were we? We had some little stop outs and some fake outs and this and that. And the important thing to do when I'm trading, I got different rules than what I do with spot margin and what I do with swing trading than what I do on the accounts like this with perpetual futures. Now, I'm a lot more lenient on my other things, swing trades and margin positions, and I'm not focusing on stop losses and this and that. But when it comes to futures, you got to have a whole different strategy. And so you toward the day trading strategy, as it will, or maybe short swings if you're lucky. The hope is to turn a day trade into a swing trade. But you get stopped out along the way, and the thing is, you got to keep your risk managed. And so, yeah, we're going to lose some amounts, but we keep them small, just a few percent. Don't try to go for those big ass stop losses. They give you 10, 20, 30% stop loss. That's stupid. I see people doing that all the time when they're given a trade set up on small ass time frames, and it's just crazy. But managing, they always bail out before they ever get anywhere close to that. I don't even know why they put it on there. It's just stupid. So I lost. There were several losses here. Look, a lot of them. How many in a row? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Some of it was me taking liberties with my rules, and we paid for it, but at least didn't pay much. Just a few small wins. It's just been chop. But keep the losses small and keep the wins big. So if I'm losing, I don't know, $1.50 on average or less, and I can pull profit on this. That's $7. That's what we're hoping. Doesn't sound enticing. Doesn't sound awesome. It's not big $5,000 profit gains or anything, but it's a small account, right? We're trying to do a small account. I want to see if I don't think she's going to come back for my order, is she? I want to raise it just a little bit, just a hair. I'm not chasing. I'm just raising. See, she comes back. She needs to touch the bottom of this trend line. Don't know if she will or not. But we got that going, and we're up $3 so far, so yay! My average entry seems to be down here about 95.9. Yeah, 95.9. All right, well that's enough about that. But but what we were talking about is Cerebro, and I was talking about that's why we got over here, transparency. This is a different account than the very first one I set up. I put 1,000 into another one. This one's doing okay. We're up with our spot account and with the futures account, up $54 overall. The other account I put probably about 300 or 400 in Cerebro, and it just went down. It just tanked that whole account, a lot of that account. So I said, well, that's not right. Don't want to be doing that. We're trying to do proper behaviors and set good examples, because my DJ got the hold of that. So in all transparency, this is the account that we set up, and this one was set up on February. We deposited 1,000 over here February 3rd. So this one's less than a week old. And so far so good, and been making myself follow the rules. That's a few little bendies there that I paid for on spot, but I want to make sure we do this right. Now over on spot, we've got some the DJ went over on some tokens over there, so we got a nice little collection of things that we'll manage over there once our altcoins start doing okay. But it's pretty good. They're still up from when we bought, not under over there, so cool. All right, so let's get to the Cerebro for our request. But that was my experience with it. She's I bought too high, and she's made me pay for it. Because man, this little sucker and dump. I was buying over here, thinking I was buying a retest, and then she tanked on me. She did. So Cerebro, I think I'm probably down what? 85, 86%. I bought her spot. Remember, I wasn't worrying about stop losses, and that was my mistake there. So Cerebro tanked. Will she ever make a comeback? I mean, I don't know much about this project. It had a good reputation for AI coin. My DJ kind of got us. Needless to say, Cerebro is not part of the newer one, I don't believe. She's rounding. We like that. Did she bottom out? I don't think so. Give me a second here. Let me interpret what we got. You did a 4-1. You did a 382. And that's where I'm looking for her to come down. She lost her 1.27. Oh my! You can't go down there. You can't do that. That's it. That's below zero, honey. You can't be doing that. All right. Well, we got to take you off the table. You don't calculate. right, let me She is a tricky one, ain't she? We got this. Let me go ahead and do this too. I gotta pull out all the stops here. Let's hope that will work out in whole. I am not finding the right idea just yet. I think we got you here. I got confluence on this one. I feel pretty comfortable with this one. No promises, but I'm going to look for a 0.032 to see if that can hold. It's too early to make any kind of move here, but she is around. Oh man, just the curve alone says it can even come down cheaper. But fib wise, that's the best area I've got now. This one we just need to watch, not do anything, in my personal opinion. See where she can level out. It looks like it can come down to 0.015, like a penny and a half again if the curve is right. We're looking for, if we're in a channel like this, we're looking for a partial decline. So somewhere around through here, but we're not at the bottom yet on Cerebro. That kind of sucks. There's a lot of sell pressure there. I don't know what the news is on it or anything. Now the MACD here on the daily, she's been bullish. She got the cross and everything, but price is still starting to come down, and you can see that happen on MACD. Let's come down to 4 hour and see if we got any signs of you finding support on these lines. There's some bullish divergence forming over here, and that's what I would look at for a bottom trend line area. She may be making that, Adam and Eve, that stiletto heel type shape here. Maybe. But overall, I think she can range through here. I don't think she's ready to just pop to the upside. Maybe you're totally wrong though, but I'm not seeing the signs there yet. Sucks that she's down that much, I'll tell you. Let's take a look at, let me get my list here. We did Cerebro. DGen, that was actually, I had that on my list there. Grass is doing pretty good. Grass coin's doing all right. Take a look at Solana. Bush on Prairie says, I'm digging it, man. Good stream today. Well, thank you. Just going over what I see in the market. Over the boring charts there. Julian says, make sure to hit that like button. Make sure to hit that like button. Make sure to hit that like button. I like the way you're talking, my man. Thank you very much. That does help the channel grow. If you haven't liked, commented, or subscribed, that really does help the channel a lot.
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you.
Thank you
More
very
than
much.
anything, that helps. It's even better than super chats. Couldn't have said it better, mate. I just started switching it up as well, trying to buy bottom area of a trend. Risk it for the biscuit rather than doing the same at the top. Yeah, to get faked out. Brackets of interest says Popcat. Popcat was on my list too. Yeah, I think she's looking interesting. I had a little list of coins I was going to look at, and Barachain was one. They had the airdrop. Arkham was the biggest one I want to look at, but I had Popcat, Grass, Degen, and Ponky because those are the ones that are kind of moving right now to look at. All right, let's take a look at Degen. They're trying to get bottoms here. Do they have a bottom though? Let's clear you off. Well, we got the Bart Simpson butt crack going on right here. That was cool though. 3-day chart, look at that. 0.5, couldn't get above it. Didn't make it to 618. What's surprising? So overall, you got this. And we are possibly at the bottom of that. Or below, did we lose it? You trying to lose it? Go from wicks or go from body. I went down to those wicks there. And she's tried. I would, to me, I mean, I look at these things and I look at what's forming there. I look at the support when I zoom out and draw my lines, and then I zoom in and start looking at what's forming there. Do we have a bottom pattern forming there? Possibly. Adam and Eve seems to be the most appropriate one. They do not confirm until they get above the neckline. And so technically to play these, I mean, you would buy the breakout of that area, and that would probably be your safer but entry. That's your conservative entry. We'll say it that way. I don't know. It doesn't necessarily mean it's your safer one. What you want them to do is, you know, gradually come up here, confirm, and flag out above it, and you got a better chance of it going up. But anywhere they can also do it. They can also break back in here and come back down and do another little bottom, another like a booby. This is a pointy, and this could be a booby or a butt cheek, a booby or a butt cheek. That's the way I can describe it. But definitely in a good place. Degen 0.005, less than half a penny. I've got some of this on my Coinbase wallet. I got Degen plays everywhere. But I'm going to read that as a possible bottom. We're showing some signs there. And when we pull our Fibonacci's and play that, if it is a bottom, well, we get the old fib strategy going. If I can dollar in here. And it basically tells us that this 236 area, a penny, that's where we need to, that's where we're likely to go up, and probably where we get our first rejection. So we can come up in this area. Doesn't mean we have to necessarily touch it, but we probably will. We could fall a little short and then come back and try to make a higher low and all that. So this is our accumulation area. So any place below a penny is a good place to pick this up. And right now we're at half a penny. Signs of bullish divergence there. That one looks pretty good to nibble in on, personally. Again, what I would do, and I forget to do this, on the coins worth playing, I would go down to the weekly time frame, look at the MACD, and if there's MACD on the weekly is already not, she's already crossed and maybe showing some signs of something. She's already crossed. Maybe it could go down more, but it's the ones, remember, total 3 is just now crossing. So finding coins that have already crossed and been hit on their weekly MACD, those might be the ones that are bottoming out right now or showing signs of bottoms. And so the deal is we'll look at those and see if we identify support and see if we see a bottom pattern forming there. And on the daily, we got stochastic starting to head up. You've had your green dot confirmation. This one's a good one to take a risk on and play. Those kind of setups are worth playing. Short term, I mean, maybe I would find a place to take some profits or half or something. And maybe you can moonbag the rest of it. This is a great place to start working on trying to get some moonbags on some of these, in my opinion. And this one looks like it's worth. That's a decent one. I like this. But keep in mind, you know, we're going to go up and then maybe roll back over again. We could be looking at that. So take some profits, but you know, put a moonbag it. You got a good chance. A good chance of let's see, from where we are now, this one coming back up to where it was before. There's your moonbag almost. Getting back up to 0.08 cents. If you get back to 0.1 cents, you definitely got your moonbag, right? If we're fortunate enough to get up there, you got a moonbag and a half. So that looks cool. Let's take a look at Solana. Support, bottoming pattern here. So here we got, you see this V-shaped recovery here. The big spike and everything, and then we came back down. A lot of times we will come back and test, you know, either the candle bodies or candle wick areas, and we did that, got just a little bit below her. But you can see that you don't always see them come back when we have a big one like that and the candle bodies are up high like that, kind of high and tight. You don't always see them come back to the bottom of the wicks, but you know, Adam and Eve kind of idea. Adam and Eve double bottoms. What are you talking about, Road Dog? This Adam and Eve bull crap, man. Oh, that's the wrong one. Chart pattern index. This is Bukowski talking about them. This is not the actual identification. Does it? This one actually. I'm gonna post this. Where we're seeing a lot of these. And we're going to go over to the student chart area in the chart room. This is Bukowski on bottoms. That's more of his thought process. He starts getting onto his thought process over on like this. And then you got your identification guide here. We got the double tops. So the Adam and Eve double bottom, here's the identifications and guidelines. Now this one plays out 17 out of 39 is his ranking for its performance. Pretty good. You can see here you get your little Adam, you got your little round Eve, and it's confirmed when you break above the neckline. That's how you confirm. Until then, it's a possible Adam and Eve situation because it can go the other way. And just like I was telling you over there about the handle, we're looking for a handle to perform above that neckline, and that's good. Measure move is the same as you would do if you played it as a channel. It just is. I'm just telling you, channels and triangles will help you more than anything. But we're going to take a little. This is Thomas Bukowski. This is the GOAT. This is where I get my pattern trading statistics, guidelines, identification guidelines, and information. He is solid. More solid than you will find on any YouTuber saying, oh, it feels like it's got these little vibes and these little vibes, and look, shoulder, head, and shoulder, kind of, you got to tilt your head sideways, and you kind of see, look, nobody else sees this, but I see it. All that bull crap that ends up wrecking people. So you need some solid OG proven people with track records, and Thomas Bukowski is one. He's the boss on pattern trading. He's the GOAT of pattern trading. But this is the most common pattern that we're seeing that is shaping up on every altcoin, most altcoins, at support. Some of them are not yet found their support. So this is identification guidelines right here. And then we got trading tips on how to take the measured moves correctly, properly, to get the best results. And the different variations that you can look for to kind of clue you in on, is it going to work out or not? Trading tips. And measured move. So we got that posted over there. Giving some solid alpha in the trading community, which is not for profit whatsoever. This is what we're looking at so far with our altcoins. We're up about 5 to 6% overall on most of them. The biggest one that seems to be moving, and this is, we keep mentioning this a lot, the 300 to 400 section over here. These are the hot guys right now. To go to the weekly over here, we'll see better which ones are coming up. BNX, INC, MLG, Prom. Go to the daily, and they all look like they're coming up. I'm still... Sonic is 33 cents. That's cool. I'm still looking at... Where did you go? Where's that one that was taken over, making all the gains? Ultima. What's up with... Is that not... It just keeps cranking up. It went from 8,000... just cranking up slowly. We were talking about it when it was at like 13 or 14. It went to 17. Now it's at 19. That one's kind of wild. I know nothing about this one, but she's just going wild. It's got a very it's got 800. It's still got a small market cap. It's under $1 billion. They got a very small token supply, and that's what's so appealing about that. That's why you're getting to see the big gains from it. Steady big gains. I'm not in that one, but man, it makes me wonder. All right, let's take a look at. We did Solana. So did we get it? How far did we get on Solana? This is going to be resistance over here, somewhere around 206. 220 is the target that I'm looking for Solana for short term. She made a higher low. She's making her little stiletto heel, possible Adam and Eve. So it needs to confirm at 220. For the Adam and Eve. She's got bullish divergence. Solana looking good. Let's go to the weekly and look at that MACD. What's she doing? This one is different than the others, and we're on the weekly, and we got a bearish cross here. Now she's a little janky here. It may be just chop, but still, you got the bearish cross on the weekly. So Solana, 3-day, you got the bearish cross. I would say go sparingly with Solana because I think they're going to be playing with us with the range that 184, 186 area. I mean, this looks good. This is one of the things we've been talking about, that possible Adam and Eve. The Adam did not go very low here as far as the candle body is the bulk of the move there. Let's go with the 1 hour and let's take a look at it. I just found that interesting. I think it can be I think we can range through here a little while. 360 crossing over Lucy in the 800. I would actually bring out your range tool. And I think that you can see these 190 areas over here again. In my personal opinion, I think we'll be a little choppy through here, but eventually, I do think this is our bottom area for Solana. So trading or something, you might end up getting in a little high and it come back, 198 and 200, and it come back down to 193 or something like that over the weekends and next few days. You might have to struggle with that, but just DCAing and accumulating through here, I think is great. Because it looks like she's got a good chance to recover and go back to 220 and then start moving up back toward 300. FET. Fetch. Is it still called Fetch? Pardon me, guys. I'm going to change the music up again. going to try to.
For those of you out
There we
there
go.
hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you very much.
So I'm on FET right now. Now here are some things to consider. I'm just zooming out a little bit, going over support resistance flip area right here. So getting above $1, $1.02. That might be the rollover point anywhere up through there or sooner. 95 cents in this area if we're looking at horizontal support and resistance. I still do that. I still do it. I know I do the fibs a lot. But see, right in that area would be our 786 Fibonacci. So yeah, those are definitely areas to look for right there for shorter term ideas where we can come up and roll over. So, but we're sitting at 72 cents right now. Now think about that. If we confirm our bottom idea, it's 20% gains, go up toward a measure move for that area, it could be 30 to 41% gains, and then we'll probably roll over there and try to work on a bigger pattern, a bigger bottoming idea. That's kind of the things to look for. And look at its last bottom that it did over here, right? Let's just use that for an example. Now this one, we did a pointy, and we could have, and we're about this area here. Now we could have been, I would have said over here, probably looking for an Adam and Eve. And what did it do instead? Instead of curving more this way, it actually did the opposite. Did a more of a curve this way, and then make kind of like that little bridge pattern that we got going on. So yeah, you kind of got, you get alternative ideas for bottomings too. Still, there were good areas down in the lows in the bottom of a range. That's why I think that this little tool here is really cool. Oh man, that's not what I was trying to do. I went too big. Oh man, all right, well maybe you suck with your range tool. That really should have worked. Okay. Well, screw you, buddy. That was weird. Maybe it's because it's taken... Well, I thought I could just do a little section there. And the idea that we were looking at there, that little... Remember that little Roman bridge thing, that scallop? Well, we're doing it on a bigger scale right here. For real, for real. It's kind of like if you took a fractal of this idea. Let's do that. And now let's take it and let's blow it the freak up. I guess we gotta zoom out for this one. I got too bullish. Well, that doesn't quite look right. Let's get our levels close there. Well, I thought we'd see some confluence there, but we don't. It actually came down lower. But the same kind of idea, we're rolling over like this, and we can bounce. It can actually get a strong move from this one. Was it FET? It can, yeah, we can actually recover like $1.50 pretty strong. In my personal opinion, it'll just take a little time, but she made a little bit of a lower low here. That's a little concerning, but it's still higher than what we had back over here. And again, we got the little stiletto heel coming in, and you know, I find them to be very fun to play sometimes. Again, just like anything else, wait for a breakout or accumulate through here, and more than likely rounding shape here. Take a look at Popcat. Ooh, Popcat. See, the little pointy, and now this one has actually confirmed, or has it? Well, to the wicks, it's trying to confirm here for an Adam and Eve. Looks a little bit more EV. Oh, we got points there. Anyway, the closing candles above here, that's good. Then you got a measure move from this guy, right? Which if we take it all the way from tip to tip, oh, there we go. Now we got our confirmation on what, 4 hour? Nice. Well, technically you got about another hour and 20 minutes, but the candle did open above it, so that's something. And that takes us up to this area, which is right matching with that wick. 38 cents, 28 cents to 38 cents, 46 cents, 47 cents being on the target on the radar there. Coming back up to these areas. Looking good for Popcat, I believe. She's not officially got a breakout from a bigger idea. Has she already? Yeah, she does. She does from candle bodies. Oh, look nice. That's a big, thick, falling wedgie to the upside. And we could come back up to these areas right here. 65. Steep falling wedges don't play. They're not as, I wouldn't expect a higher high here, but I would expect us to come up and then come back down and retest the breakout areas about where we are now. So come up to 46 or 66 and we could be coming all the way back down to 30. It could be a roller coaster ride here. So keep that in mind. But nice profit taking areas on the way if we're going to play it. Remember, we did lose a big ass trend line over here. So it could be coming up to roll over and make a bigger double bottom play here over the next few weeks. That would be the idea I'd be looking at. All right, guys, thanks for hanging out with me. We've been going for about almost 2 hours again, for real. We'll be on again tonight looking at altcoins, focusing mostly on altcoins, briefly going over Bitcoin like we did earlier, but just mostly altcoins tonight if you guys want to come and join me and think of the list of coins that you want to bring around, and we'll probably do another 2 hour stream tonight at 10:30, focusing on altcoins in those markets. Right now, I just want to take another look at Bitcoin and see what she's doing. She's 96.4. Did you drop again, or are you going up? I can't remember how we were looking there. Looks like she dropped a little bit. How's our trade? Is this? Are we still? Or are we stopped out, or what? We're futures, right? Oh, it looks like we got stopped out. No, we're still good. We're open. Okay, it just took it a minute. She's not got me stopped out. I'm going to lower this just a hair, my stop loss. I'm going to put it right below this candle body over here. Just in case she's playing some games. She is. She lost a trend line here, so she could be coming down. Gosh darn it. I want to actually try to let this one breathe a little bit. I'm just putting my stop loss back just a little bit above break even, back at 92. I'm going to let this one ride. I feel pretty decent about this entry, and let's see, we got that would be what, the point. This is a 382. Hopefully it won't hold here, but it comes to the 0.5. 618 will knock me out, and I've got another order. Shoot, I got another order just right below it. Get ready to go again, baby. So if I get stopped out, I've got another order right there at that Fibonacci, ready to start all over again. All right, cool. All right, guys, thanks for hanging out. I'll see you tonight. Trade wisely, trade carefully. Don't let the market shake you out. Don't chase too hard too soon. It's a fine balance right now. Sit on your hands if nothing else. This is the year of the bull run. We're in a bull run. This is the year when magic happens, and the big players always trying to shake out the weak hands before they run it up. They don't want you to have life-changing money. They don't want you to experience the goodness. They want it all to themselves. They're greedy little bastards, and they're out here to try to take your money before they run it up. See you later, guys. Sean, take us to the end screen. Got some AI music over here. Kind of cool. Sean?
Bought some tokens that went up into the sky. Thought those gains would never ever say goodbye. Dollar cost dreaming, thought it was the plan. Now my balance sinking like it's stuck in quicksand. They said grab the dip, now I'm flat out of dough. Crypto spinning wild, man, it's taking me low. From cloud nine to a pit, it's a hectic ride. My pocket's empty, feels like something just died. Crypto blues, the road is getting rough. Thought I'd be moonwalking, but it's just a bluff. Empty wallet woes, can't keep up with the tide. Hopes riding high, now they're taking a dive. Euphoria to gloom every single night. One moment in stars, next crashing down from the height. Crypto blues, the road is getting rough. Thought I'd be moonwalking, but it's just a bluff. Empty wallet woes, can't keep up with the tide. Hopes riding high, now they're taking a dive. Digital dreams evaporate so fast. Living in the future now, stuck in the past. Searching for a sign that it'll turn around, but my hopes and ruins, all they found is the ground. Digital dreams evaporate so fast. Living in the future now, stuck in the past. Searching for a sign that it'll turn around, but my hopes and ruins, all they found is the ground. I was sitting in my basement dreaming of a Lambo ride. Road dog crypto came around and took me on a wild tide. With his charts and trend lines, magic like a wizard in the night. I became a millionaire, thinking it's a crazy ride. Up, down, sideways, oh my wallet's gone insane. Bitcoin to the moon, but then it falls like pouring rain. Little Doge went barking, I got rich in just one night. Crazy ride, this crypto, my portfolio's taking flight. Late night candle watching, got my eyes all red and sore. Holding through the FOMO feeling begging for some more.